see? Do you see? This is the society that lives amongst you, above you. The one-eyed religion of Freemasonry hidden right in front of those who have their eyes wide shut. I'm going to now show you what that world that they are building, from the ashes of the one you're currently living in, looks like. But lastly, to drive this business of blood sacrifice home, here's American rapper Azealia Banks with a 666 hand sign. And now over the all-seeing eye in her video. The eye in the triangle of the Freemasons on her shirt, and the devil's horns. Her liberator, her master, her commander. And then displaying the secret society vow of silence. Along with that, the last brief glimpse into the highly concealed royal art of Freemasonry. That's about to come on right now, guys. Oh my god. 3 years worth of brujeria. Get it, you know I gotta scrape on the show. And what does brujeria mean? You know what it means. Witchcraft. Azealia Banks, the witch, with her eye in the triangle shirt, and the logo of, for example, the Grand Lodge of Freemasonry in Spain. One and the same symbol. The logo of the fraternity of Freemasons, and the logo of this Church of Lucifer. The one eye. One and the same symbol. Freemasonry has deceived you. Yes, people, now you know how Satanism has functioned out of sight and out of mind. You still think there's no such thing as witchcraft? Or that it only existed in the old days? You still think that blood isn't a part of the royal arm? You still think that the local Masonic lodges of the world are not filtering systems for Satanists and a cloak for organized Satanism with a grand master plan for the world? Do you think there's nothing to the blood sacrifice of Jesus Christ? After seeing all this and the Azealia Banks clip, and after realizing that there exists a hidden and guarded science of the art of blood sacrifice, you think there was no science behind Jesus' crucifixion? A deeper reality that we can't see or understand? You think Jesus didn't know what he was doing? Or are you one of those who still think it didn't exist? Tell me, how can they hate something that doesn't exist?
Death was the only way out.
Jade wins.
If only you could hear from some other Freemasons who have the courage to break their oaths. But you won't. You won't. This is probably it. But I once heard from a Freemason, an honest one, in about 2016, after I posted this picture on Facebook. He knew the truth, just like you do now, or just like you should. And he wrote to me, and he said, by the time we are done, every church will be a brothel.
Liu Kang.
Well, I guess you think that's impossible. This is a fashion show that was held in a church, a real church, and it was organized by high-ranking Freemasons, who you will see now to be Satanists. Designed to be a heart-wrenching mockery and a colossal sign of the times, this event. Just so you know, it's a Masonic production. Here's the inside of the lodge. See those twin pillars? Well, here they are.
Round one. Fight.
See the Masonic checker floorboard? Well, there it is. See the Masonic square and compass? Well, there it is. And do you see the eye of Freemasonry? Yeah, there they are. The lower square of the square and compass has been disfigured so that as to not make it too obvious. But now that we've established that, here is the spirit of Freemasonry, as displayed through just a few of the models. This one wears the horns of the Baphomet, the horns of Satan, with his all-seeing eye in the background. More horns. This one wears the all-seeing eye, as does this one.
Round two.
And this disgusting thing with another huge all-seeing eye of satanic inverted crosses of Jesus Christ on his title in a church. Oh, the morbid victory of the Freemasons. Unstoppable. For now. When people like Lady Gaga cover one eye while wearing an inverted cross, and you don't see the connection of the one-eye symbolism to Satanism, then your observational skills have been compromised. In the span of 2 days, I saw these ads in my local shopping centre, and that alone tells me that the satanic age is here, manifesting all around us, seemingly invisible, while you look straight at it through the symbols. Just like the initiation process of the secret societies themselves, society at large must be incrementally introduced and seduced into further depravity and self-love. And haven't we been slowly but surely perverted over time, degree by degree, until we think that men dressing as women is beautiful and healthy, and sex is a form of expressing love? The sick world of pornography is considered as liberating for women and men, and protected by free speech. In California, babies are allowed to be aborted after birth because it's a woman's choice, and that's not considered murder. A world where we should applaud young children like Desmond is amazing, cross-dressing while he dances for gay men at a gay bar on a podium because he's paving the way for the kids of the future. And we should get shamed, fined, and even jailed if we point out that this is sick, sinful, and dare call it evil, which is what it is. What spirit is behind Desmond is amazing? Oh yeah, an evil spirit, no doubt about it. You think Freemasonry and their peculiar morals aren't behind the decline of Christian morality and morality worldwide? It's all by design. The Masonic war on Jesus and the Christian social structure, generally undetected by human perceptions, and still people will write to me and comment on how absurd what I've said is. A cloud over the eyes of their heart. Well, I tell you this, there is no bigger axe that has ever been grinded than the one Freemasonry grinds.
Round 1. Fight.
Because the appearance of Jesus Christ pretty much destroyed their religion, drove it underground, and they will have their revenge. Soon you're going to see it. We've all been initiated into the lowest levels of materialistic Satanism under the banner of secular humanism. I know blokes who think that life's great, mate. Life's terrific. Life's what you make it. Evil, Lucifer, Satan, these are just words that Christians invented to help them sleep better at night. There are no cults. There are no conspiracies. John F. Kennedy's speech about secret societies plotting against the world, that's not relevant anymore, that's history. There's no such thing as Satanism amongst civilized people. Oh, children, when darkness comes to your door, takes your wife, takes your health, your job, your home, your freedom, your children, then you call out, oh my God, this is evil. Why is this happening to me? Well, here comes the darkness. Here comes the evil. You want to know what the new world looks like? You want to know what the future holds? You want to know what horror is coming to our planet? As Jesus told us, for them there will be great distress, unequaled from the beginning of the world until now, and never to be equaled again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Masonic New World Order. These are the mysterious Georgia Guidestones, also known as the American Stonehenge. They are a set of granite monoliths which were constructed in 1980 and funded by an unknown and anonymous group, and commissioned by a man using the pseudonym R.C. Christian. On a legend beside the monument is written, "Let these be Guidestones to an ancient reason." Here we have reference to a new age. With this, we get a clue as to the spirit behind the structure. The Age of Reason happens to be the title of the book by Thomas Paine. Now you can colour him any which way you want to, but whichever way, one glaring colour shines through. Thomas was a hater of Christianity. designed to be a take on the biblical commandments, being 10 in number. They are all very vague indeed. But anyone can ascertain the horror that must first take place before this new age can begin by looking at the first guideline. Because this one's negative. Maintain humanity at under 500 million.
Liu Kang wins.
That's right. A reduction of at least 7 billion human beings will be necessary for that. This thing cost the equivalent of $500,000 US to build, and the street it's located on is named after it, so that tells you how much reach its creators had. Its presence alone is a disgrace and a declaration of execution
Round 1.
to most living people alive today. But let's go on to the fourth clue, as to the spirit behind these monuments. The monuments outlining the Age of Reason. The name honestly Christian, the so-called person who commissioned the building of these giant slabs. Anyone who's versed in secret societies or is a high-ranking member themselves would instantly recognize the pseudonym as a reference to the secret society known as the Rosicrucians, which is just another secret society branch that exists under the umbrella of Freemasonry, which is an extension of all secret societies of the past and is now the mother of all of them. In this Masonic website, Worshipful Master Win Westcott urges the Freemasons to consider their status as Rosicrucians. The RC stands for Rosencrantz. Christian Rosencrantz is the mythical founder of the Rosicrucian Order. And as impossible as it is for me to prove that Thomas Paine himself, the writer of Age of Reason, was a Freemason, he did also write this book, The Origin of Freemasonry. That is the spirit behind the Georgia Guidestones, the satanic spirit, and a straight off the bat view of this approaching new age. I told you, the whole system is about to change, and it's not going into the future, it's actually going back into the past. The old religion, that's what's taking everything over. And you'll walk straight into it, blind as a bat, thinking these people want to help you. They will appear as your saviors, forgetting or never being told in the first place that all this time there have been two societies at war. The visible one, which is the one we're in, and the invisible one. Remember that the invisible one considers you profane, vile, and vulgar.
Final
Why on
round.
earth would they want to
Fight.
keep you around? In a book I can't mention written by them, people are referred to as useless eaters. We've become excess inventory, redundant, and past their use-by date in their eyes. Think about this. According to a prediction by Information Technology and Research Advisory firm Gartner, 1/3 of jobs will be replaced by software, robots, and smart machines by 2025. That's 4 years away. Google engineering director Ray Kurzweil anticipates that robots will have reached human-level intelligence by 2029. And by 2050, 80% of all jobs will be eliminated by automation. What on earth are you and your family good for then? What do you think the secret society will do to the vile multitude then? The utopia is coming, but it ain't your utopia. You still think that by the measure of the minds of international Satanism, you should be kept around? This excess baggage of the bulk of society has become? No. The new age is dawning. And generally speaking, you're not invited. You just look like you are. Remember that Charles Darwin, the Freemason, is listed as an influential figure in the Satanic Church. So, mass murder and mass death are natural and necessary things in the name of evolution, an artificially induced evolution into this. Here's the same image in real life in England, Israel, seemingly unrelated to the seal on the US dollar bill rate, but standing in glory with a Masonic square compass, telling you exactly who owns this pyramidal symbol, complete with a one eye on top. Same symbol, same designers, worshipping the same God. You should be getting goosebumps 33-degree Freemasonry. This one stretches way back to 1922. See the twin pillars of Freemasonry? Look, this is 19th century Freemason and New Age pioneer Helena Blavatsky on the cover of this edition. She's the one who wrote that darkness is absolute light, and that Satan is the god of our planet, and that we are in hell. But do you think the readers of these magazines are told that? No. Darkness is soulless light. Satan is disguised, and it's hidden in the details. This Masonic New Age magazine was the precursor to all magazines and trends, promoting the great deception of self-love and spirituality. Meanwhile, you're feeding off the plate that Luciferians serve you. Look at how the Satanic Bible in 1966 reveals the reality behind the curtain. Evidence of a new Satanic age. A new age. The new Satanic age. All rigged and all propelled by Freemasonry. Satanism's magic cloak. After all, and I think you should have guessed by now that Anton Zandel LaVey, the founder of the Satanic Church, the one who vowed to help destroy Christianity, is himself a Freemason.
Oh, that's funny, man.
I can't prove
It's
it to
kind of sad,
you,
really.
but I know it. Because of not only his obvious fondness
You want
of
to
the
fight,
fraternity of the Freemasons and the mention of it in his Satanic Bible, and its vital role in the Satanic takeover, but also because of the symbols, specifically this one, generally called the Devil's Claw or the Lion's Paw. Freemason James Rothschild displaying the Devil's Claw or the Lion's Paw. X-Factor's L.A. Reid showing the Devil's Horns next to the Bella Freemason Avril Lavigne. The Secret Society signed the Devil's Number and displaying the Devil's Claw over and over. The better example is with New Age guru Annie Besant, co-writer of the Lucifer magazine and 33rd degree Freemason, also showing the lines here and here. The best example I have is with Aerosmith. Guitarist Joe Perry clearly displaying the sign of the Master and Second Veil of the Freemasons, and right next to him, Steven Tyler, doing the Lion's Ball. Clearly both Freemasons, secretly showing their allegiance with symbols.
I had that too.
And here's Anton LaVey displaying the same Masonic symbol. Yes, a Freemason founded the Satanic Church.
Johnny Cage wins.
Now that we know who's really behind the so-called New Age, listen to some of the confessions of the New Agers in their literature, once you scrape past all the talk of spirituality and love and rainbows. New Age author, feminist and hater of Christianity, Barbara G. Walker writes in The Woman's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secrets, a 666, 666, was the magic number of the triple Aphrodite. She further complements the number, she calls it the miraculous number 666. Speaking of the New Age to come, PhD Christopher Hyatt writes in Undoing Yourself, as we reach closer and closer to the well-planned for and long-awaited invocation of the Prime Minister unto the very King of Hell, the Grand Vicar of Lord Lucifer. Yes, the very well-planned for and very long-awaited indeed. Do you see what's coming?
I see
this
ads are
also
coming, bro.
enlightens us in
That's what I
the
see.
fact that opposites do not exist apart from mind.
Can't stand it.
Evil and good are all in your head. That's why you should brace yourself, because these are the minds creating the new world system. He confirms this. The new age will require new men of high consciousness and fortitude. All of our present dogma models will crumble. He means the Christian and the Christian social structure will crumble. In the introduction to the book, another PhD, Robert Anton Wilson, tells you what the New Age really thinks of the Christian social structure, which you all has enjoyed your whole life, Christian or not. Christianity and democracy have been among the worst disasters to ever befall the human race. I told you, atheists, you're going to miss Christianity when it's gone.
The Shakiri, man.
Here's a picture of Robert with the Masonic eye in a triangle on the wall behind him.
Round 2. Fight.
Remember where the term New Age came from. So once again, do you think that the new system, the New Age, is going to be democratic, a system that respects you, or gives a damn about what you think once it's in place? Let me answer it this way. Christopher Hyatt quotes from one of his favorite heroes and prophetic philosopher, And what book of Friedrich Nietzsche were these quotes pulled from? The Antichrist. Nietzsche also wrote, beyond good and evil. That's how the all-seeing eye sees things, remember? So as Christopher Hyatt mentioned mass murder and depopulation, sure, here you go. Those who would survive can do so only by grasping the vision of what lies ahead. The new wave that will carry them into an interesting future. Yeah, where the vicar of Lucifer is God and Prime Minister. He openly admits the identity of this man.
Oh, what?
This Antichrist that most of you still think is a fairy tale figure from a fairy tale book. Jesus calls him the man of sin whose number is 666. The actual Antichrist, beloved of the secret societies. Yes, people, the New Age is satanic, actually, and literally. On the front cover of this book, in which Christopher was co-writer, you can clearly see the eye in the triangle of the Freemasons above the letter there. Christopher admits in another book that both satanic cults and Christian fundamentalists are closer to seeing the truth than most normal people. Yes, indeed,
Yeah, my
actually,
controller,
that is.
I got these buttons and like not
In a couple of
responding.
changes, Harriet and
I was
Homer
like
speak
10
of a
years old.
prophecy they received from a mysterious spirit titled
I'm gonna bring my
Now, I
computer
wonder who
over
that
here
could
so I
be.
can post these auctions.
Think not that any country in this
I didn't
old
do it.
world can escape.
Don't accuse
And
me
they
of
also
anything.
speak of the long-expected great teacher, the king of the new
Round
one-world
one.
government.
Fight.
I've
The
done
victors
nothing.
will remain as the seed of the new race to people the new land, for the new sixth great race. This is the race that Luciferian Lady Gaga referred to. All part of the clan. In Threshold for Tomorrow, New Age author Ruth Montgomery writes on page 206 that only those open to the reality of one world will be around to enjoy it. Sounds like another vague suggestion for mass murder. The Vera L. Stanley's book title implies much the same thing. Initiation of the world. That's right, it's coming. You think Vera hasn't been initiated into the secret one religion? What else has she offered? How about the finding of the third eye, the all-seeing eye? New Age author John Randolph Price writes in The Planetary Commission, in a question and answer book, how do you define the Antichrist? The answer is pretty amazing. Any individual or group who denies the divinity of man as exemplified by Jesus Christ.
I forgot how fast he is on the food.
Each individual.
He is an elder god
Never
though.
exemplified because he is
Or
God.
no, he's a
You deny
demigod.
mere men and women,
Yeah.
the divine gods, you are unfit for the glorious New Age kingdom. And you are the definition of Antichrist. In practical spirituality, he prepares his readers for a population drop of 2.5 billion people before the New Age era can begin. On page 32 of the New Age author Barbara Marx Hubbard's book, Happy Birthday Planet Earth, she states that people will either change or die. That's the choice, she says. And the New Age has a new gospel. Yet all the while, the world will be neglected of the information in the real gospels, where it warns and predicts. For if someone comes and preaches another Jesus, not the Jesus whom we preached, or another gospel, you are most beautifully tolerant of them. In the Book of Knowledge, The Keys of Enoch, the writer has a quote-unquote direct experience with the two spirits, Enoch and Metatron, and they show
It's more combat, man. What you think this is, cuz? I can fight too, bruh. I can fight too. Oh shit, that's a crushing blow.
The
No,
reason
no,
it's
no.
considered extra special amongst its readers is because it was the first book to point out the alignment between the Great Pyramid and the constellation of Orion. The first book ever. That's basically proof that these spirits, Enoch and Metatron, are the real deal. Not only that, it was also the first book to show the direct relationship between the DNA coding and the divine name. That's pretty serious, and the atheists should be really waking up by now, because this is the world's most powerful and secret religion we're talking about, nothing less. The writer was told that those who govern the earth are those who have fallen from the heavens. He calls them the masters, and even states that they were punished with penalties that were assigned to each. These are the fallen angels of the Bible.
Shakirian one.
These are the masters of the Masonic
Do it,
age.
shall.
As proven here in one of the illustrations.
MK2 shall.
Same symbology.
No. Nah, bro, that's MK. No.
This worldwide catastrophe that is coming.
MK2 Shao is on the bridge. That's not MK1. No, you fight in front of Shao Kahn in MK1 with Sonya and Kano. MK2 is the bridge. That's MK2 right there. That's what that is.
I was given instruction to use the specific light harmonics 666, 999, and 12, 12, 12.
Hey, Natty.
The spirits further inform the writer of the keys of Enoch that the pattern 666 is used to identify you with respect to the Earth's vibration. The number of the beast of the book of Revelation of Jesus Christ is not only being glorified, it's manifesting in the world. And from another illustration from the book, once again, the same image we see being used over and over with the eye on top of the pyramid. This is the secret religion that encompasses us and has been influencing us for decades upon decades. 2-3 centuries, in fact. Just like the Gospels explain, this is an absolute counterfeit of the truth. Christ is mentioned everywhere, but not Jesus Christ. No, this is the anti-Christ spirit, who will eventually manifest and appear to the world as one man. Doesn't sound so mythical anymore when you see that the enemies of Jesus Christ and those behind the New World System, they use biblical terms.
Round 2.
And Christ, to depict the antithesis, the anti of the real Christ, their Savior. And these spirits from the world we can't see are the ones who taught mankind the sick art of witchcraft. Look who supplies this book online, sacredmagic.com. You know what magic really is and what it really entails now. So once again, you can see the connection, the relationship. If you still think that this phrase or word is a conspiracy theory, you're suffering from a medical condition. On the Lucius Trust website, the consultants to the European Union, you find the statement that the New World Service are occupied with the task of inaugurating the New World Order. In the same article, this shocking admission is made. 2/3 of humanity will stand upon the path at the close of this age, and with that, 1/3 will die, or to put it surreptitiously, be held over for later unfoldment. That's the Lucius Trust. The word Lucius being the replacement for the word Lucifer, who works hand in hand with the EU, the European Union, stating that 2.5 billion human beings are planned to be killed off. All predicted by Jesus, and only Jesus. And if you still think I'm joking or misleading you about what these people are and what they plan to do, here's a book written by the founder of the Lucius Trust, the Freemason Alice Bailey, Education in the New Age, where she will educates you about mass population reduction.
I see what you're trying to eat some
When a
cake.
form proves inadequate or too diseased or too crippled for the expression of that purpose, it is, from the point of view of the hierarchy, no disaster when that form has to go. Death is not a disaster to be feared. The work of the destroyer is not really cruel or undesirable. Do you see? Did you hear that? Through the all-seeing eye of Lucifer, the destroyer, for the purpose of the new world, death and mass power isn't evil, it's good. And Alice Bailey in The Labors of Hercules also tries to re-educate us and protect that God-forsaken number, predicted in the Gospels to be associated with evil. The number of the physical plane activity is called the number of the beast. This idea seems to have a horrible fascination with many, but what it really means is that Virgo is the symbol of triplicity, 6 on the physical plane, 6 on the emotional plane, and 6 on the mental plane. Not 666 at all. And one more time, from the consultants to the European Union, from their website Lucius Trust, to prove to you that these people are all waiting toward and waiting for the world leader. The coming of the Avatar and the advents of the coming one are the keynotes of the democracy and Christianity have been utterly extinguished, and the remaining population live in a whole new level of permanent communism. It is well known that George Orwell himself had ties with the family society,
Or
which
bad
is a
whatever
secret society
he is.
complete with
Or that ain't no
degrees of
man, that's
initiation.
a monster.
Tucked away neatly
You
somewhere
look
under
at
the
like
wing of
a monster.
Freemasonry, the Fabian Society's logo used to be this:
By
a
goodness,
wolf
JR.
in sheep's clothing, which is exactly what Freemasonry is. And it was a metaphor for gradually advancing socialism. And socialism is communism for slow learners. This level of denial on our part has been brought on by mass propaganda, because everything has been weaponized to work against you and God's truth. Education, entertainment, and economics. You're a slave to each one. And Freemasonry is the slave master. Listen to the Grand Pontiff of Universal Freemasonry tell you about it in Laws of Welfare. The blind force of the people is a force that must be economized and also managed as the blind force of steam. You are just blind energy to them, made to be enslaved. This force must have a brain. Who do you think the brain is? Freemasonry is the brain, obviously. And he's saying that we're just the body parts that move to its will. Look, these are some pictures I took of the local obelisk in the town. An erect phallus hidden in plain sight. See how the cube at the bottom is rough? In Freemasonry it's called the rough ashlar stone. Watch this from Morals and Dogma. The rough ashlar is the people, rude and unorganized. Once again, you can see this secret society secretly thinks here. Now see how the stone built on top is smooth? That's called the perfect ashlar. The perfect ashlar is the state, the rulers. Yeah, the one-eyed sex cult of Freemasonry, which finds its master, Satanism. Now, where is this brain taking us? Remember, this guy is the general who fought against the United States forces to uphold the institution of slavery. And the Grand Pontiff of Universal Freemasonry, who calls you the vulgar herd and the ignorant multitude, and admits that yes, unbelievably so, Lucifer is the light bearer. This is the highest authority of Freemasonry, the secret religion of all our leaders and idols. Believe it. Now listen to this. The papacy and rival monarchies, all of that, become the heritage of the
Get out of the case,
meaning the
I
temple
told
of
you,
Freemasonry.
you're not listening.
Soon come to us, sovereigns and pontiffs, who shall constitute the equilibrium of the universe and be rulers over the masters of the world. They cannot own it
Didn't I
all.
tell you no?
And it's true.
Didn't
The
I
papacy
say you're not
and
getting no
monarchy
queso?
have fallen into their hands.
Did I not say the
All
information?
Freemasons now.
So what do you not understand, little girl?
This is a 150-year-old book, so you can see how far ahead they plan, while we stay ignorant. How do you suppose that they won't achieve the New World Order? New World Order of death,
The bad blood?
of combined and systematic movement of effort, the great revolution prepared for by the ages will begin to march. The future is all planned for by them, and the revolution prepared for by the ages is coming. And it'll look like a natural occurring event, just as current events seem natural. Lastly, from his other book, Legenda, and reading from the ancient and accepted Scottish writer Freemason, Albert writes, and thus the warfare against the powers of evil, meaning Christianity, that crushed the order of the temple in the 1300s, goes steadily on, and freedom marches ever onward toward the conquest of the world. The conquest of the world, guys. And this is their method. Ingenious as it is, the double-headed evil, left and right paradigm. Whether you are pro-abortion or life, prefer Macca's or KFC, Ford or Holden, vote Liberal or Labour, shop at Coles or Woolies, go for the Parramatta Eagles or the Canterbury Bulldogs. Always the two most opposing forces. The result always feeds the one belly. The two heads always serve the same designed beast. Do you get it? That's number one. Number two is the horribly magnificent motto, the double-headed eagle. Oracle Upcar. That means order out of chaos. It's the ultimate way to achieving sinister goals while looking like a hero. With one hand, they create protection and help to solve the problem. The set offers a solution that was planned for by them long before the crisis occurred. Order a car or chaos. Now you can change Z and Y to suit any scenario. For example, your best friend who wants to sleep with you creates or exploits a problem, then attributes blame to others. You react by asking your best friend who wants to sleep with you for protection and help to solve the problem. Your best friend who wants to sleep with you offers a solution that was planned by them long before the crisis occurred. Each time your best friend gets closer and closer to you until eventually they're in your bed.
Oh no, not the
How
bed.
about your employee creates or exploits a problem?
Yeah, my
Then
bed.
attributes blame to others.
We're supposed to be.
The employer
Oh,
reacts by
don't say
asking
it like
the
that.
employee
We're
for
supposed to be
help
best
to solve
friends.
it. The employee offers a solution that was
I almost
planned
said
by
the
them
wrong
long
thing.
before the crisis occurred. The employee eventually gets the